Very good morning, Isha, Meghna, Nidhi, Priyank, Yash. Good morning, guys. Hope am I audible clearly to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how are you, Yash?
You're very fine.
Fine. Okay. Yeah, Nidhi, how are you?
Good morning, sir. Good, sir.
Good. Okay. So, guys, let's continue our today's session. I think in the last session we have, or I have discussed the things related to the Hyper-V, and most of the people have already completed the experiment number first, and that experiment was related to how you can install the Ubuntu, any kind of operating system where that hypervisor, it's an type of hypervisor of Microsoft. So Nidhi, I think you have installed it.
सर इंस्टॉल तो नहीं किया पर वो हाइपर वी से करा था लास्ट लैब में.
Nidhi, your voice is breaking. Can you repeat?
सर आई हैव नॉट इंस्टॉल्ड उबंटू.
Okay, okay. But most of the people are comfortable. Yeah, Priyank, Yash, I think you have also noted Yash have a laptop issue, so it's resolved or not, Yash?
Not yet, because once I fixed it, but still it again become damaged. It's a hardware
Okay,
component
okay.
jump
Yeah,
due to
so
there
guys, I
was some
think
work in the laptop. So,
okay, so I think the process will be clear to everyone. Or after that, we were continuing the topics related to the AWS, and these topics are part of our third, fourth, and fifth unit. So I am also maintaining all the things which topic I am covering because it's like a course. So guys, in this session, I think I have covered this AWS cloud adoption framework. If I am summarizing what is the mean of the AWS cloud adoption, so it was a concept and it's an method for every cloud follow this thing, ki how they can convince to companies, they can convince to organization to migrate on the cloud. So in this process, they give all the benefits, they give all the aspects related to the cloud. So that concept was a cloud adoption framework. So this topic I have covered in the last session. After that, in the last session I was also explaining the AWS economics and price. So how AWS exactly charge? Or guys, if I'm explaining the things with the AWS, it doesn't matter. This will not applicable on other clouds. You know the other cloud GCP will also work in this way. Alibaba will also work in this way. Microsoft Azure will also work in this way. But if we are doing any certifications in the AWS, then we are a little bit changes with all the clouds in the price. It's an open market, so that's why I was explaining. So AWS economics and price will be clear. After that, I have also given the detail related to free tier account of the AWS. So how many people have created their free tier account with the AWS cloud? Yeah, from the Seabase, Isha, Meghna, Mohammed, Nidhi, Priyank, Yash, anyone who have login or who have created the free tier account, please reply guys. So I will continue, okay? Not then you can just say, sir, we have not created. Then I will go on the next level. Please be interactive. Yeah, Isha, you have created. I have explained the AWS free tier account in the last session. Muhammad, Nidhi, Priyank, Yash, anyone? Okay, so guys, if you are learning this course and I just want to clear one thing. It's not like a syllabus, it's not like a subject, it's a tool. So that's why I am following a different procedure here. I am not using the old procedure of the slides and I am just giving the description related to the topics and all. I am trying to explain and I am trying to train you. Okay, so if you will not come with me and you will not use this thing practically, then you will not enjoy, or after the end of the session, you will think, okay, we have completed AWS or a cloud computing services as a subject, but we not learn anything. So for the next or Monday, we are going to meet to everyone. So I will request to everyone, please create your account with the AWS and feel, it's not a hesitation and it's not any drawback if you are creating the AWS free tier account. So you have to create your individual account, not go on the business account. You can just explore this. I am sharing this link to everyone. Or if you will just search on the Google how we can create the AWS free tier account, or if you will just search, so you can go on this page. In this free tier account, I am explaining this all services. I am explaining with the real life example. So if you will go, I have suggested these 3 pages, 1, 2, and 3. So on every page there are different service. Like on the first page, compute, storage, database, and database in the DynamoDB. So I am saying there are around 400 services, or we are going to discuss main 5 services. So I will request you have to just go on that and you have to explore what they are offering in this service. You know, in college life or in the student life, most of the student will never use these services. Or if you are really comfortable and interested and you have learned this thing, so you will definitely use in the college life. But I'm just saying if you will go to the industry, then this all services are from the day one. You have to go on the cloud, you have to use EC2, you have to use DynamoDB, you have to use servers. So this all things you will use in the industry. So if you are learning at this time, then you will be familiar and you will do your projects and all with this. So that's why, guys, I was saying to everyone, please explore. I have explained this already. So in the next session, out of 10 students, I am expecting around 7 or 6 people are exploring this. Okay. So let's continue after the discussion of this free service that we call the that we have discussed or we have covered in the last session. So that was AWS free tier account. So guys, this free tier account was a part of economics and billing. So just wait. I am trying to finish this module second today. Give me a minute. Or we will start the module 3 also today. Okay, so guys, in the last session we have completed our session related to the pricing, fundamental of pricing, and the fundamental of pricing was just a concept how AWS is charging. In the fundamental of the pricing, after that I have explained this slides. So this slide was a AWS free tier. After this, I have also given an example, and please keep this. It will come into the objectives or exam. So what AWS also offers some services like Amazon VPC, virtual private cloud. They not charge for this. Elastic Lens Stake, auto scaling, AWS cloud formations, AWS identity and access management. So they also not charge for these services, but we always use this 5 services somewhere with some charge services. So guys, if I am using the EC2 with the virtual private cloud, that time they will charge for the EC2 and it will just a part of VPC. If I am using the auto scaling with the AWS Lambda, so they are charging for the AWS Lambda, but auto scaling will be free. So guys, I am just suggesting you have to just go and we will discuss on all the free services later. After this point, we are coming on today's topic. So the today's topic is the total cost ownership. So guys, it's an important concept of the AWS. So I will just explain this TCO in a short form. Just give me a 1 minute. Yeah, so today's topic is total cost. Yeah, so guys, today's topic is total cost ownership. Then we are coming on the AWS organization. Then we are going on the tech support. And so I will try to cover these three topics today. First topic is total cost ownership, second AWS organization, and third is tech support. So how AWS or AWS cloud offer these services. So by this concept, it will be clear to everyone if you want to understand what is the mean of total cost ownership. So guys, give me a 1 minute. I am trying to explain with the example. Yeah. We are following the same example from the starting, that is the Marwadi portal. So pricing and the first how they are charging for this, it will be clear to everyone. Now I am coming on the point. Just wait. Yeah, I am coming on the point. Suppose we have a MU application, or we are using it regularly. Now the Marwadi University management want to move, and they want to adopt the cloud adoption framework to deploy this MU portal on the AWS. So they will get a two methods. First method will be, it's an on-premises running application. On-premises running application, that means what? Already we are managing and we are using this from on-premises. That means we have already our server, we have already our data center, we have already our network capacity, but it's low. Okay, so what we are expecting for a higher capacity, and we are already using, or our students are satisfied, but we want to extend, and we have some issues, so that's why we want to increase the resources. So when we discuss with the adoption person or IT consultant, so that IT consultant was saying ki now if you want to extend, or if you want to increase your resources in your own premises, then the cost will be and the investment will be 1 crore rupees कि यार आपको नया सर्वर परचेस करना पड़ेगा, आपको डेटा इंटेलिजेंट डिस्क परचेस करना पड़ेगा. So this, just wait. Yeah. Yes. So, so guys, that's why I was saying ki if we are moving from Marwadi application to on-premises to the cloud, so you have to buy the server, you have to buy the data center, you have to buy the network capacity. So the investment, maybe the IT consultant will suggest ki the investment may be 1 crore rupees. If the investment is 1 crore rupees to extend the system, and if we are getting the offer from the AWS key, you have to not spend at the time 1 crore rupees, you have to just pay 1 lakh rupees, and in the 1 lakh rupees you will get a 3-year plan. Okay, in the 3-year plan, what you will get, it will be a continuation service deployment, and all the services will just come in the rented way. So it will be like that ki we are not buying anything, we are just taking on the rent. So that process we call the on premises migrations, and it's just come in into the meaning of, just I want to show you, it's just coming in the point of total cost ownership. So the traditional infrastructure way is what? When we are running our application in or on premises. And what is the cloud approach? When we are trying to migrate our application from on premises to cloud. So it's happened into two ways. What first way? If you just want to move, and if you just want to start your application. So my Marwadi premises or my MU portal is already working. I just want to move, or I just want to migrate it from on-premise to cloud. But it will be happen in a different way. Suppose Nidhi is going to start its new startup, and she is trying to, okay sir, I have not that much capital, and I can't spend on the server, I can't spend on the hardware, but I just want to start a business related to my application. So what I will suggest, and as the IT consultant, what I will suggest to Nidhi, Nidhi, you can just start your business with AWS migrations, and you have to deploy. You have to just develop your application, and you can just deploy your application through the AWS. So, if you are planning your investment or infrastructure capital planning was 1 crore rupees, so now you can just start your business with 1 lakh rupees. So that is the total cost ownership. So I think everyone will be comfortable with this, the total cost ownership concept. So it's provided by the AWS. Anyone have any doubt regarding this? Yeah, Nidhi, is it clear? Kunal, is it clear? Priyank, yeah, please reply. Valde. Okay. So now, when any company and any consultant that we have discussed the cloud adoption framework. So in the cloud adoption framework, if we are coming on that point, so it can just come. So now what will happen inside the total cost, or that we are saying the uh, concept of total cost ownership. So how it's work. So guys, the most important definition and the concept can be understood from here. Why we use the total cost ownership? To compare the cost of running an entire infrastructure environment, or to specify the workload on premises. So what is the better? So I just want to share one slide or a real life example with you. Just give me a minute. Yeah. By this slide, you can understand, or this example I was giving to you, if any company is planning to extend their resources in the on-premises, so the cost will be like this. Okay, the cost will be server, storage, network, and IT labor. So it may be a 1,67,000, and if they are just moving, so the cost will be like this. So now you can understand it will be a 96% benefits. So why the company will not follow, and why the peoples will not come at the point of total cost ownership. So guys, this is an example and this is a concept of AWS. So if someone is asking in the exam, what is the total cost ownership and what is the methods and how you can get the benefits from the total cost ownership. So it's reduce all the server, storage, network and IT labor cost. So that is the benefits. Is it clear? Now let's come on the second topic, today's second topic, guys. How you can get the total cost ownership price. So it's in concept. Yeah, there will be also one topic I will explain. AWS price calculator. Okay, AWS. Yeah, there will be also one topic we are covering today, that will be a AWS price calculator. Now, what is the mean of this AWS price calculator? So, guys, if Nidhi is, yeah, this is the concept, and practically I am going to show you how you can find this price calculator and how you can work with this. So, guys, with this AWS price calculator, if you will just log in on your AWS account, just wait, I am going to log in with my account. Yeah, if you will create, then you can easily log in and you can use this thing. So just wait, I want to show you. By this price calculator, if any client is coming to you and he is agree with your cloud adoption framework, he is agree with the total cost ownership concept, then he will ask you, "Yaar, how much you will charge if I am trying to migrate my application from my own premises to your AWS cloud?" So how you will say, ki, yaar, it will not like that, na, ki, yaar, I can say ki 10 lakh rupees, 20 lakh rupees. You can just calculate all the things on the basis of their use cases. So what is the mean of the use cases? That means if you are understanding this application, the Marwadi application, so a lots of use cases are here. A use case for the faculty, a use case for the management, a use case for the students. So on the basis of that use case, or I think in the software engineering, you will be comfortable with the use cases. What is the mean of that use case? So how you are using the application, how you are developing, and how it's working. So that's give the detail. Every use case can give the detail, that type of thing. So on the basis of that use case, you can just calculate the price. So there is a estimate cost calculator, or in the price calculator, there is a function that we call the estimate cost. Just I want to show you practically. AWS login. Yeah, give me a minute. I'm just going to log in.
Please type the numbers you hear. 1, 6, 1, 3,
3,
5,
1,
Give me a minute, guys. It's just going to log in. Yeah. So after the total cost ownership, we are coming on the point how we can decide or how we can give the estimate to our client, or you can give the estimate to your client related to their application, ki how much charge will be there, and so this function you can just get that we call the price calculator. So guys, if you will just log in on your AWS account, so it's my AWS account, you can just search price calculator. Okay, if you will just search the price calculator, so it will come for a different applications also, and the user guide is also available for that. Now through this price calculator, what we can get, wait guys, I just want to show you. Yeah, so this is a process. Through this, you can just go on and estimate, get started. Through this, you can just go to, yeah, create the estimate. So when you will just create the estimate, so you can give all the details related to your applications, what you are going to use, which type of database, which type of server you have required. So this is the process of use case. So this use case is working in this way, and we can just select all the use cases. So on the basis of this use case, you can select your EC2, you can select your database, you can select your network. So on the basis of that network, on the basis, you can just go and create estimate. When you will create the estimate, so it will generate a invoice, and this invoice will be based on how many components you are using and how many components are the part of your application. So guys, this is the price calculator you can just use, and you can estimate the things for the total cost ownership. So I think everyone will be comfortable with this. In future, every time you are going to use the price calculator to give the invoice of your project deployment, or it will be like this. An example, your estimate is broken into the 12 months, so they will just charge 868. It's an example. So what will be the first month, what will be the second month? So in this, you can check the Amazon Simple S3. The storage charge will be $2.33. The EC2 charge will be 7100 rupee, $71. So this is the way of the price calculator. Is it clear? So what is happening exactly? You have to just visit to the AWS. You have to just visit your IT company. If there are people who are migrating your application on the AWS, so they can just generate your estimate cost, and they will just give you a budget for a 1 year. They will give a budget for a 2 year, and they can just create that. So as a AWS administrator, I can create the budget and I can create the price calculator. So this was the first part of the pricing. Now we are coming on the second part. I think everyone will be comfortable. There is a case study, guys. So this case study is a case study of you can consider a Flipkart case study. So Delaware North is an one one company in the US growing a globally. This company is growing globally. They have a total 200 locations, 5 million customers. Their annual revenue is $3 billion. So you can imagine what is the size of this company. So we can just for an Indian example, I just want to give you the example. We are talking about a Flipkart. So Flipkart is a company. Okay, Flipkart is a company. Now Flipkart have a 50 lakh customers. Okay, Flipkart have a 50 lakh customers. They are getting all the facilities from uh, 30 companies, for a 30 companies. So how they are managing this 30 countries? Okay, sorry. They are managing the things for a 30 countries. Now in the 30 country, they are running these things with a different 200 locations. So guys, this is an example of the Flipkart. Now, if Flipkart is running this thing on their own premises, or they have not any idea, so in the starting, Flipkart was just started with a 5,000 customer. Now they have a 50 lakh customers. So how they are working, or how they migrate on the AWS, and what is the benefits they receive. So this is the case study on the basis of this. So at this time, the Flipkart is in this state. Or earlier, they have only the 5,000 clients. They have only 2 offices in the India. They have started this thing from the India. So when the business was growing, so they were not spending that much on the infrastructure or on premises infrastructure development. They were just migrating their things with the development of the AWS. So how they were migrating, how they were getting the benefits. So this all things in the example of this. So guys, you can just understand. Meet demand, a rapid deploy a new solutions, and constantly equipment reasons. When the business was growing, so they were expecting this type of things. After this, what are the criteria? So the broad solutions, and they were expecting the lots of things, and business uh, in the starting, they just want to grow their business, but the ROI, rate of interest, should be high. So what the solution they get? So they get the solution to move their on-premises data center to the AWS. Their estimated 205 servers, 90%. The earlier they were just maintaining the things 10% with the 5,000 customers. Now they are trying to develop their application or move their application for a 50 lakh customer. So the AWS is suggested them to estimate the cost with the 205 servers. So they will just work on a 90%. They can move this all things, and they can just manage this all things with the AWS clouds. So guys, this thing is related to the benefits. Now what the benefits they are getting if they have estimated the solutions. So after the estimate of the solution, they get this type of benefits. So now you can imagine, if they were trying to deploy their application in this way, or they were trying to buy their own infrastructure, so the cost was like this and the revenue was like this. But now what is happening? They have just spent this much things on the on-premises, and now the expenditure is like this. So is it clear, guys? The cost comparison in the on-premises. So it was there, and regular expenses was there for the maintenance. But with the AWS, they have to just spend this much. So this is the things related to the AWS, uh, total cost ownership, price calculator, and it was one case study of that. Is it clear? So how much Flipkart will get the benefits? Now, in the technological term, they will get a lots of resource optimizations. So what is the mean of resource optimization? If their IT infra or their people are managing the resource optimization, so that will be the slow. The speed of the market, they will get, they have to not deploy, or they have to note down their application for a specific development. Operational efficiency. Now the operational efficiency is going to maintain and manage by the AWS, so they will also get the benefits. So guys, this is the case study. So we have compared this case study with the Flipkart application. So resource optimization, speed to the market, and operational efficiency. These are the three benefits, and if these three benefits are coming for any application, then application can grow. So I will request to everyone, please go through this so you will better understand. Yeah, is it clear? So at this point, we are completing the two parts of today's topic, total cost of ownership, price calculator. So how you can manage your new application or the startup application or existing application with the total cost ownership. So it's facility of AWS. Second, how you can calculate before you are going to migrate. So the estimate related to the AWS price calculator. Now we are coming on the point of AWS organization. So guys, what is the AWS organization? So let's understand the concept of AWS organization. Just give me a minute. We are taking an example with Nidhi. Okay. Nidhi is starting a company, okay, in the Rajkot. She is CEO. What Nidhi's company is doing, please understand. It's an organization. Okay. Now, what Nidhi's company is doing, Nidhi hired 5 friends from his batch. Okay, Kunal and Valde, Isha, Meghna, and yeah, just we are going to check who can. Yeah, Priyank. Nidhi have hired these 5 people, or five friends, or we can say the 6 people have started a company. Now what is happening? They have not a infrastructure. They are just running this company from a room, or from a PG building, or from a room type of space, and they have their own laptops, and they are just getting all the things through the AWS. That means they have a account, or Nidhi have created an account with the AWS. Now the organization is working on the AWS cloud. This all the 5 people are maintaining a single website, a different websites. Okay, so this person is Kunal is maintaining the website of MU type of organization. This Valda is maintaining a different website. Okay, because he is comfortable to maintain the website. So these 5 people are maintaining the 5 websites. Now they have not their own infrastructure, but they are maintaining all the 5 websites, and they are earning a good amount. Now please understand the concept of organization. What happened in the organization, or it's happened at every level in the large scale organization or any kind of organization. So every organization will just start with a one account. They will just set a budget. Okay, it should not like that. They are earning 10 lakh rupees from this 5 website in a month, and they are spending the 20 lakh rupees with the AWS. So the business will not beneficiary, or the business will not work in a benefits, because they are earning 10 lakh rupees per month from the 5 clients, and they are spending 20 lakh rupees to manage their things from the AWS. So what Nidhi will plan? Nidhi will just create a root account, or an organization account for the AWS, and she will just create a departmental accounts. So what is the departmental account? That means she have a 5 different departments. This five different department have a five different policies. These people have a different policies. These people have a different policies. So now she can just generate a consolidated budget for the organization, and she is going to set this budget is maximum 3 lakh rupees. If this budget is going to high than 3 lakh rupees, then there should be an intimation to Nidhi or CEO, and he will just, he will just, she will just monitor who is spending much on the AWS or who is using the access services. So she is finding Kunal is accessing the services, and he is using the unauthorized type of service. So she can block this account, she can talk to Kunal, and she can just change the policies ki how Kunal or how much Kunal can access the budget of AWS. So in this way, we are managing all the things and the companies are running. So this concept from the root account to the child account to the sub-child account, this concept we call the AWS account, and the bill which is maintained by the organization, that we call the consolidate AWS billing process. Is it clear, guys? So now by this example, it will be clear what is the concept. So every team is working on a different project. So they have a different policy, they have a different rights, they have a different budget, what they can access or which type of service they can get from the AWS. So this concept we call the organization concept in the AWS. Now you can easily understand this thing with this slide. Just, yeah, it's an organization of Nidhi, so that we call the AWS organization. Now, after this organization, Nidhi have decided these things to provide. So one account, AWS account, is maintained for this department. Two AWS account are maintained for this department. One AWS account maintained for this department, and another account are maintained for this department. So guys, a single root account is here. Now this single root account is maintained by a different companies or in a different procedure. Is it clear, guys? Yes. Is it clear? Yeah, so this is the concept of organization. I think everyone will be comfortable with the organization. Now let's come on the point, next point, how this organization can be accessed. So guys, this organization can be accessed on the policy based account. This organization can be accessed on a group based account. This can be accessed on an application interface, and this can be accessed on the consolidated billing process way. So this is the feature of the organization of the AWS. Now, why we are doing this thing? So we are trying to deploy the things in the way of IAM policies. So this policy we call the identity access management policy. Or why we are using the identity access management policy? If 5 employees are working on a different 5 projects, so they will not enter in my organization and they will not get the information about other people's. So guys, this concept we call the IAM policies. Is it clear? So now we will learn, and on the console window of the AWS, you will definitely get the first benefits of the AWS. Just I want to show you. Yeah, there is a IAM feature. So in this IAM feature, we can create that account, we can create the groups, we can create the departments, we can create our IAM policies. So in that IAM policy, we will follow the organization structure. If you will just check my account, when I was logging with my account, you know the user group are 2, first user role are 2. So when I was logging in my account, so there was a root account and there was a IAM account. So my IAM account is an account for a different work, and the root account is a organization account. So is it clear, guys? Yeah, Yash, Muhammad, Meghna, Kunal, is it
Yes,
clear? What is the mean of
yes.
this all? Yeah, so that's why I was requesting to everyone, please create your account and you can just go through ki how, what is the mean of IAM account, what is the mean of organization and all this. So that is the things. So now let's continue. I think it's sufficient for today. How you can create the things. So you can just create your organization account. So this organization account will be your root account. Okay, after this root account you can come on the create organization units. So how many departments we have, we can create this. Then we can come to create the control policies. So you can create the control policy. We can give the rights. Suppose Kunal have a rights to not access the DB, so Kunal cannot buy the DB from the AWS account. Suppose Meghna have not rights to buy the compute service, so she can't buy. So this is the restriction, and this is the concept of uh, AWS organization. I think everyone will be comfortable with this. Now, a lots of things are given here. What is the limitations? What is the process to access? There is also given a example of the billing and all. So I will request to everyone, because we have already spent a time. So you can just billing dashboard. I just want to show you this billing dashboard also. Yeah, so guys, when you will just go on a AWS management console, so there is a feature that we are saying the billing console. So when you will click on the billing, so all the process of billing, price calculator, and that all things we were discussing, so you can just find out. I have set my budget, so I am just clicking on the budget. So I set my budget. That budget name is Vishal Chandel, and now that budget is limit is 0.01. So my free tier account is ended, but still I am using, or I have created my budget. So you can just click on the create budget, what the limits you are trying to set. So when you will go, so you on the basis of cost, on the basis of uses, on the basis of saving, on the basis of reserve budget. So you can just create your budget. When you will create your budget, so every time a message will come to you if wrongly you are going to activate any service. So they will just message you or intimate you. If you will accept, then the charge will deduct. So guys, that's why this is a billing process. Now you can just get all the details related to your bills. So in industry, everyone can just create the report of the bill. What is the bill of a month, what is the bill of last month, what they charge for a service. So there is all the things related to bill. Just I want to show. Yes, we can generate, we can just check our order, we can, it's just like a platform for all the IT services. So guys, I have not generated any order and invoices. Uh, I can also explore the cost explore feature. So the cost explore feature is giving the detail key, how much they charge me for which service. So that is the concept of cost explore feature. So I will request to everyone, please go and visit this. When you will create your account, then you can easily understand this thing. This all things is already mentioned. So billing dashboard is the concept where we are getting all the, yeah. This is the summary of my bill. I can explore for my all services and things from here. So I think it will be clear what is the billing. There is a demonstration of the billing dashboard. So that thing I was explaining. So it's an just part of, so you can set the budget and all. Now in the last, we are coming on the main point, or another topic that we call the take support service of the AWS. Yes. So the last topic, today's last topic is AWS is offering a different plan for the technical support. Yeah, Kunal, can you tell me? I am saying the AWS is offering a different plan for the technical support. That means what? If we are deploying any application, we are accessing any service, or if we are working anywhere into the AWS, then they will provide the support, that things like the customer care. So, but they are not saying the service is customer care, they are saying the technical support, and they are also charging for this tech support. So, in the tech support, what you will get, you will just get the AWS support, there will be a support plan, what will be the support plan, and how they will react for your services. So guys, there will be a proactive guidance, or a technical account manager will be there, a best trusted persons or advisory, this all they are providing. Now, in which way they are offering these things? So guys, they have a first basic support plan, developer support plan, business support plan, and enterprise support plan. If your organization is purely working on the development and you are developing any application through the AWS platform, so you can just get the developer support. If you are just running a small website through your AWS account, so they will just offer the resource centric service, health dashboard, product services. So these are the part of basic services. If your business is running, or a number of applications are running, and your customers are facing some issues like the banking applications, like service applications, so you can just come on the point of business support. In the last, we can also come on the enterprises support. So this enterprises supports are also the offer the critical areas of the all enterprises management. So guys, please keep these four plans. Now, how this four technical support plan work, and in which way they react for that. So guys, for the enterprises plan, they have a person 24 into the 7, and the critical level will be there. Then they will definitely contact you within a 15 minutes or less than a 15 minutes. If some urgent thing is happening with your application, then they will contact you in a business plan and enterprises within a 1 hour. In a high importance, they will contact you within a 4 hours for a business plan and all. In a normal case, they will contact you within a 12 hours. So what is the mean of this normal, low, and critical and urgent? So you can just understand, यदि मेरा कोई एक एप्लीकेशन है, उस एप्लीकेशन का एक कोई फंक्शन वर्क नहीं कर रहा है, एंड दिस फंक्शन इज नॉट गोइंग टू यूज बाय द पीपल most of the time, so it will come in a normal bug, and they will just contact me ki, in your application this bug, this function is not working, so you have to change this function and you have to improve this function. If my website is not deploying and the customer are not getting my application, so it will not like that they will just contact me after 12 hours. They will just contact me within a 15 minutes if my application is not working. So guys, this is the process of technical support. So I think everyone will be comfortable with this tech support also. Is it clear? So today we have discussed, or in this module we have learned this all things. So please confirm. We have discussed on a fundamental of AWS pricing. So what is the fundamental? Compute, storage, and data processing. Second, we have discussed on a total cost ownership. So what is the mean of the total cost ownership? By this total cost ownership, we can estimate the price calculator. So we have learned the price calculator process also. Then we have discussed on a billing dashboard also. So how AWS offer the billing dashboard. Then we have also discussed on the support and technical support and option cost. So I think everyone will be comfortable with this all type of things. Anyone have any doubt? So you can ask me. Is it clear? Yes. Guys, is it clear? Okay. So I'm expecting attention from all of you. जो मैंने अभी आप लोगों को पढ़ाया है, we are just going to play a quiz on that. So everyone will involve in this quiz, and you will reply for this quiz. Okay. So this all concept, or I have briefly explained the basic concept related to the AWS. So no one will be in the problem related to the pricing and all. So we are just coming on a quiz, and please answer this question carefully. Okay, so guys, this is not in the syllabus. Actually, you have to from next question onwards. I will start. Okay. Yeah. So Nidhi and Kunal, Priyank, Mohammed, everyone, please answer this question. The question is, where can a customer go to get more detail about the Amazon Elastic Compute Service (EC2) service billing activity that took place a 3 month ago? So from where we can get the billing service or billing detail of any service which I have used 3 months ago? So there is the option Amazon Billing Dashboard, Amazon Cost Explorer, Amazon Trusted Advisor Board, and CloudTrail. So from where I can get the detail of the last 3 months? Please answer the question if my screen is visible. Yeah, what is the answer? Yes.
Sir, I think AWS Cost Explorer.
Yeah, that is the very nice. Who is giving Nidhi? Is it clear? Yeah, Cost Explorer. So I have given the detail key. We can just get the yeah Cost Explorer. So we have used, or we can just get the detail of any month. Okay. So monthly we can what was the monthly spend? So we can just go here and we can get this thing. Okay. So the Cost Explorer is the right answer. Now, the question is true or false. To receive the discontinued rate associated with the reserved instance, you, you must make a full payment, upfront payment of, sorry, upfront payment for the term of the agreement. So guys, what we use, the question is like this. We have discussed the three method of the payment. How much you are using, if you are reserving, and if you are using high, then you have to pay. So which type of service is offered by the AWS? We have to pay in the starting or we can pay later. Yeah, it's true or false? Upfront payment for the term of the agreement. So we not pay for term of the agreement. Are you getting my point, Yash? निधि?
Yes, sir.
या
Yes, sir.
हम लोग कभी भी फ्रंट में फर्स्ट उसको पे नहीं करते. What will be the bond? Then we will pay. Yeah, next question. There is no charge for which of the following services? So in the last session, I have explained the data transfer. So AWS never charge for what?
Sir, inbound data transfer.
Yeah, inbound data transfer. So two options should be there. So the answer is inbound data transfer within some expectations, sorry, exceptions, and the next data transfer between services within the same region. बट कंप्यूट के लिए हम लोग चार्ज करते हैं, स्टोरेज के लिए चार्ज करते हैं, एंड आउटबाउंड डेटा ट्रांसफर के लिए चार्ज करते हैं. But if the data transfer is happening between the services inside the same region, then they will not charge. I will explain what is the reason in the next infrastructure. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so next. The next question is, what are the 4 support plan offered by the AWS Tech Support? Please answer this question. Recently we have discussed on this. Nidhi, Yash, Krunal, Meghna, Isha. Can you answer this question? Yes, which tech support provided by the AWS?
Sir, I think A is the right answer.
Yeah, A is the right answer for the basic, for the developer, for the business, and for the enterprises. There is not a thing for the startup.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, it's incorrect. Yeah, next. What AWS tool lets you explore AWS service and create an estimate for the cost of your use cases? on AWS? Which tool we use to estimate the cost? Answer, guys.
It's a pricing calculator.
Yeah, pricing calculator. Very nice. I think now everyone, so this type of exam will be open for the practitioner, a certification exam, and this type of questions will come there. So if you will carefully read and go through this all, so I am also explaining for preparing you for the certification also and theoretical also. Yeah, next question. As AWS grow, the cost of doing business is reduced and the savings are passed back to the customer within a low pricing. What is the optimization called? You know, uh, uh, on Monday when our last session was there. So that time I was saying here in 2006 AWS was charging 100 rupees, but in 2019 they are charging only 10 rupees. So they are giving this benefits. So what is the model they are following? So they are expenditure awareness model they are following, economics of scale, matching supply and demand, and EC2 rising. What is the right answer? जो भी इसका राइट आंसर देगा उसको मैं डेरी मिल्क दूंगा जब वो नेक्स्ट क्लास में आएगा. This dairy milk not in offline, oh sorry, online mode. It will be in offline mode. Yeah, please answer for this question, guys. यश, निधि, मेघना, ईशा, कुणाल, वल्दे.
Sir, D, EC2 right sizing.
EC2. Okay. No, the answer is economics of scale. That means what? It's what it's in theory or it's in concept of business. Ki when my business will grow, then I will reduce the price. Okay, so the economics of scale is a concept. Is it clear? So when AWS will grow, that means once I will buy the server, and if I am using that same server from last 2 years, so मेरे जो server का rented cost है और जो buying cost था वो मैंने rent से receive कर लिया. Now I will just give this server in a low rent. Is it clear? So that is the economic cost scale. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
समझ
Yes.
में आया ये? होगा ना कि यार हर
Depending
टेन
upon the
हाउस.
scale of the business.
या
they
या
charge it.
या एक्चुअली होता क्या है कि in the starting AWS have invest a lots of in the data, in the server, in the storage, and they were just gathering all the equipments or preparing the infrastructure. But now from last 10 years they are getting the rate for the same infrastructure. So now that infrastructure is free, so they are reducing their price. Is it clear? Yeah, tent house purana ho jayega, so he can just give the things in a low price also. So that is the concept. Okay. Yeah. Next, true or false? AWS offer some services. Yeah, this question I have also explained. AWS offers some services at no charge, such as PPC, IAM, consolidated billing, AWS Beanstalk, AWS scaling, Upswork, cloud formations, this all services. However, you might be charged for other AWS services that you're using in the conjunction with these services. So is it true or false?
सर
Yeah,
इसमें से कौन सी वाली फ्री थी वो मतलब इतना ऑब्जर्व नहीं किया था उस टाइम. इसका पूरा लिस्ट दे दिया है तो.
Okay. Okay. So this all services are free, but yeah, false. This all services are free. It's true, Nidhi. This all services are free. But if you are going to use this free services with any other services, then they will definitely charge. Okay. So however you might be charged for the other services that you use in the conjunction with this services. So आप इन free services के साथ में कोई service use कर रहे हो, so they will definitely charge. Okay, so it's true. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now the last question. I think how many questions are there? Okay, 8 out of 8. So it's in last. When are free data transfer applicable across the AWS? Yeah, that was yesterday's lecture. The free data transfer is applicable. कहाँ applicable होता है? So this is applicable for free inbound data transfer across all the AWS regions. So inbound means so it's free. Free outbound data transfer across all the AWS services. No, it's not applicable for all regions. Free inbound data transfer for the Amazon Elastic. Free outbound data transfer between the AWS service within the same region. नहीं, AWS same region please. Yeah, what is the one more right answer? Nidhi, yes. Yes, guys, you can reply.
The third option, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, I am also confused. I think free outbound data transfer between the AWS service within the same region. They will, yeah, outbound के लिए तो हमेशा charge करते हैं. Yeah. Okay. It's incorrect. There is a free inbound data transfer for the Amazon EC2 instance and the free outbound data transfer between the AWS within the same region. Yeah, the last was the right, Nidhi. Okay. Yeah. Unlimited services are available within the AWS free tier to a new AWS customer for 12 months following. There will be a sign up dates. So it's free. Unlimited services are free or not? In the free tier, it's an unlimited for the 12 month. It's true or false? It's false. Because unlimited service is not available. There are a limited services. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that one question was wrong. Okay. So guys, I think now everyone is comfortable with the module 2 also. Is it clear? Or Valde, Priyank, Kunal, Isha, I think it was enjoyable because we have discussed the things and then we have tried what we learned from this. Okay, so guys, from next lecture onwards, I will request to everyone. Most of the people have not started the certification course. So I am expecting, I have already mentioned your third, fourth and fifth unit is totally based on this course. So I will request you have to complete module first and module second in your course, AWS Cloud Foundations. So I am explaining same things from there. So next onwards, we are going to start the module 3. Okay, in the module 4, or I will try to explain the things in the module 3 also as a practical next EC2 practicals. Okay, so guys, for this session, everyone have to create the free tier account. You have to explore. If you will not explore, then you will not learn. Okay, so from my side, I am going to end the session here. If anyone have any doubt, then you can ask me. Yeah, is it clear? Yes. Are you enjoying or learning?
Sir, enjoy.
Okay. So we are ending this session here. Next session onwards, we are